Yeah, hello everybody. So we are back outside, and today I did not take the driving part on camera this year, but here I'm located in the fields. The car is parked about 200 meters away from here. I can see it from here, I think. Yeah, roughly can see it. And it's a beautiful evening. So I'm sitting in the grass, pretty low profile this way, and I'm hoping that I will get to see some deer. I was on another location before, but I decided to change the spot, as over there I was in the middle of the trail, so that was quite annoying. Project for tonight is to see if we get some deer photographs. Sometimes the fox is showing up here as well, so that might happen as well. And I also do have two track cameras on me that I want to place in nature later on when it's getting darker and less people are moving around here. And I do have the equipment for bed recording as well as my thermal vision device, so we can pretty much operate into the darkness without too much of a worry, and we will just see how that goes. So for now I'm sitting here waiting and hoping to see some nice wildlife. And this shot should be giving you some idea of the area I'm in. You can see that I'm sitting in the high grass. It is a beautiful day. The moon is shining at me. Sun is going to set in a while. That will still take some time, but yeah, you can tell it's absolutely beautiful out here, and I'm enjoying it out here already. Not seeing wildlife yet, but it's just good to be sitting here. There's somebody walking his dog on the other side. There's a path going through there. But yeah, that's the area we are seeing now. I do hear some mice around me that are roaming around, but not seeing any deer yet. But it's quite early already, so we can wait a bit longer. Okay everybody, well, first information, I changed location slightly, why I will show you in a moment. And actually I was able to snap the first pictures of deer, which were grazing at about 100 meters from here, and I was able to get closer to them. I approached to a distance of about 60 meters roughly. They were not buzzed by me, which is basically showing that the camouflage clothing is working as expected. And as you can see, sunset is behind me, so they were looking against the light, so it was not easy for them to make out that I was there. But at this location I do have a wider field of view, and the traces on the ground here show that it is a pretty active grazing area for the deer. So I don't know if there will be some more coming by or not. We're gonna see that, but this location is pretty nice, and now I'm gonna show you the location as it looks like from my new spot that I'm sitting at, and you will understand why I've changed my location to this point. So on the left is pretty much the bush that you were able to see on the right on the last location when I did the slow look about. And if you look over here, you can see the magnificent sky, but also the good locations that I found here. which gives me about 180 degrees of view on green land, and this green land is where the deer like to go for their grazing. So there's a hunting installation over there. I might be putting an arrow on it in editing so that you can make it out a bit easier, and otherwise this is the area. If I'm sniffling by times, don't worry about that. I'm not sick, it's just hay fever, and that's one of the downsides of being in nature. You get subjected to pollen, and if you have hay fever, it certainly will annoy you for a certain extent, but that won't stop me from doing my hobby. So let's see what kind of animal we get to see from this location. I'm excited. Okay, it's a beautiful sunset behind me, and actually I did see a hare, but it seems to be hiding quite well. Wasn't able to take a picture of it, and while we are at it and waiting for more wildlife to show up, I'm gonna set up a trail camera just at about 20 meters from here, and that will be overviewing the area overnight, and I plan to pick it up again in the morning. So that's what we are going to do right now. So we're gonna walk over to the pole where I want to set up the trail camera, and I'm gonna show you how it's overlooking the area. Not seeing the hare right now, so he's not bothered by me. And this pole here is very good for getting the camera set up. On the one hand, you have threads going through here, so they are passing through here, and I can just put it out here, and essentially it would be looking into this direction. And right now it might get a bit noisy. We do have the police helicopter approaching, which is returning from its duties. But anyhow, look at this fantastic sunset that is spoiling us. And yeah, there's the helicopter. I think it is a police helicopter. No, it is actually the rescue helicopter. Not sure if you can see it on the video or not, but that's the German air rescue helicopter coming in. So I'm gonna focus on getting the trail camera set up. It would be too difficult to do it with one hand only. As you can see, this is one of my older ones, so if it gets taken away by somebody, it's not that much of a drama, but I still hope it does not happen. And we're gonna set that up. I'm gonna take a video of it once I'm done with it, and then I'm gonna head back to my camera. Okay, trail camera has detected the memory card. It is not having any issues with our memory card at all. We do see the power indicator flickering a bit. I hope it stays during night. And yeah, I'm just gonna set it to active mode now. And we hope that batteries will last for light at least. So now we hope that batteries do last for night. I should have brought some fresh ones, but forgot about that. And it's hanging here now, which is quite good. So yeah, let's hope it captures something over the night. I'm not sure we're gonna see that. And just returning to this spot, I do see some deer coming out there. So far I do see 2 of them. They did not spot me yet. Yeah, let's hope they come a bit closer. They should have seen me setting up my trail camera. You apparently cannot see them on the camera here, but I can tell you they are standing over there, and possibly I can make them visible in editing who knows? The gods of editors never know what's going on. Okay folks, well, sunset has occurred, but I just had some super good luck with taking pictures of a doe and a buck. You can hear the cuckoo shouting, and you might even hear the scaring squeaks of the deerbuck. They ran away. Yeah, I'm not sure if the camera picks that up, but that was a deerbuck. They ran over into that direction. Maybe if I point the camera more towards there, it will get a bit easier to pick it up. I was able to film them, and I was able to take some very nice pictures, especially with good light conditions that we have now, with the warm light of sunset coming in. And so I will edit them in, and you can check out the pictures for yourself, and also the short video clips that I was taking. There's quite noisy frogs moving around here. I try to be quiet, but they make noise. Anyhow, the trade camera still is out there, so we're gonna leave it there. But I will change location now and see if I get to see something nice or not. We still have the thermal vision and bad audio project, so that's 2 points coming up next. And light is getting low now. I still can take pictures, but then you have to do quite a bit of editing in order to get the noise out. So I'm gonna mainly focus on getting back to my car right now and potentially change setup to thermal vision and bad audio. And yeah, I don't know why people have to be so noisy. They're riding the bicycle. Okay, well, anyhow, talk to you later. Hi everybody, and welcome back. As you can tell, I'm in the car. Part 1 of the mission was pretty good. I did get some nice deer shots, and by when I'm editing this video you should already have seen them. So right now it's getting quite dark, and this leads us to part 2 and part 3 of the mission, which is getting some bad audio recordings done. And as we are talking, I see the first bat flying in front of my car here. which is a good sign that we will get some audio. And also I do have the thermal imaging device on me, so even though it is getting dark now, we just switch over to night vision mode and use that in order to see wildlife. And also we do have a second wildlife camera or trail camera or game camera, whatever you want to call it, to set up outside now that there's literally no more people running around here. And yeah, so that's the next items that are coming up. I'm gonna have a sip of water, and then we continue. So talk to you soon. Okay, folks. Yeah, you can tell it's entirely dark now. Anyhow, I'm gonna walk you through the process of getting the setup for the bed acoustic monitoring ready. Basically, I'm using my cell phone for it, which has a bed detector app, which I can highly recommend. And I can attach the microphone, which is this device. It's basically a recorder device because you can use it for standalone recording as well. To this cradle by getting the microphone in here, and then I can attach it to the cell phone. Of course, it will not be entirely able to operate the camera and look at the screen at the same time, but I plan to attach the camera to my backpack, so or that I do have my hands free, and then we can use this in order to get some bed acoustics monitoring done in the area here. I'm not sure how much we will be hearing. Basically, I just went home quick in order to unload the expensive camera equipment, as the car will be standing here in the darkness for a bit, and while we are moving around. I also put on some warmer clothing as it's getting a bit chilly, and now we are ready to go again. So I'm gonna assemble everything here, and when I'm ready and all buckled up, we can get outside, and we will be checking on some bed audio. And once that is done, we also do have the thermal imaging device in order to find out if there's more wildlife, and we do have an additional TRAILCAM in the backpack in order to get that set up as well. I'm not sure where we put it, but yeah, we will see. Okay, so this is an experimental approach in showing you what I'm doing. I already saw the first bad sounds coming in. I cannot play them back while I'm out here. I would have to wear headphones or so that the sound does not actually interfere with the microphone. But as you can see, the app is running here, and I'm gonna turn off the light now because it's more annoying than helpful. And you can see the spectrogram, which is showing my talking in the lower section, which is 0 Hz to 20 kilohertz, usual area for human voice. And as you can see, it goes up to 180 kilohertz, even 200. That permits me to capture audio that is used by bats in order to do social calls, but also location calls for finding prey, insects, to be more precise. And when I do hear a bat, it will be showing up in most likely in the area between 40 and 80 kilohertz in my area here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move around a bit, and at some point we are very likely to start to see bat calls. As I said earlier, I already heard some, but they are not everywhere, so we have to move around a bit. I'm not sure how well you can see it. I don't actually see the display of the camera, but I'm gonna turn this on again when I do see some clear bad audio on the detector device. Okay, so while we are waiting for some bad signals to show up. I'm using the thermal imaging device to get an idea of what is going on, and on the right you see a distinct signature of a hare, and the other two spots should be a badger and a hare, with a badger being in front. At this point I'm still at 130 meters away from it, so I have to approach a bit more to get a better idea on what I'm seeing, as the signatures are not clear enough right now. So while I am filming, I'm approaching, and I always put the thermal imager aside in order to get the imaging done. And there you see the badger running away from me, more towards the hare, and now it's standing sideways so that you can see a bit clearer that it is a badger indeed. On this image we see the badger in front and the hare behind it. By now you should be able to make out the distinct thermal signature of the hare, and the badger is just in front of it, and behind there it might be another badger or another hare. I'm not sure about that at all, but there you see the badger moving around, and it gets pretty clear that it is a badger indeed. And I'm zooming out again and trying to approach the location where I want to hang up the trail camera, but this shot shows you again the badger and the clear signature of the hare sitting there, and behind the hare seems to be another hare, but I'm not sure about that. So right now I did receive some bad audio. It did auto-record it, so I can play it in later on. There we go. That's the chords showing up in the upper area of the spectrum. We also do have some ducks flying by, some wildlife in the trench right next to me, and we do see some badgers at 90 meters from me. Doesn't seem like the bat is returning right now. I'm gonna wait a few more seconds and then I'm gonna turn off the recording again and check out the badges. Yeah, nothing right now, which is annoying because right now we don't have the reflection. As there we go. You can see some faint traces of bad audio in the spectrogram, and the detector picked it up and did automatic recording on it as well, so that was good. Let's keep going. Okay, on this final shot you can clearly see the badger sitting on the left side and the hare sitting on the right side, but it's pretty easy to make out the distinct form of the badger. Okay folks, I was able to make out the badger. I was spotting traces of him out here earlier, so what we are going to do now is we're going to set up a trail camera in order to capture him while roaming around. And yeah, so I got the trail camera here. We'll set it up on here, an old birch stump. It should be pretty easy to do. Then we're gonna turn it on and hope it has more batteries than the other one. Here we go. So, bear with me. I'm gonna bring up the camera here, and then I hope that the badger will come back by here. This is the area where I saw his traces, and it's also where I just saw him on the thermal imager. So I hope to see him on the wildlife camera tomorrow morning when I pick it back up. This is always so tricky. Okay, it was not too bad. Here we go. This has a good view. And now we need to activate the camera. It turns on, which is always a good sign. Memory analyze. Test room for 70 pictures. That's not much. No, 9070, sorry about that. We're gonna turn it on and close it up. And actually see what happens then. We're gonna be back here tomorrow morning to check it out. Last check on where it's looking at. That's looking good. And here we got the bed detector and my thermal imager. So far so good. I'm gonna head back to the car now. Hey, good morning folks. I'm still a bit sleepy anyhow. It's 6:35 in the morning, and I'm heading out to pick up the tray cameras. That will permit me to check on the memory cards before I have to leave home for some family activities. And I'm already excited if he captured anything, if the batteries worked, which was giving me some worries overnight. Yeah, so that will be interesting to see. I don't have much equipment on me right now, just my backpack and my cell phone and the car, and basically we're gonna go and see what's going on with the tray cameras, and yeah, it will be a short drive and 2 short hikes to get them, so that's some morning spots for me, but I'm looking forward to it. So it's a beautiful morning again, so that's cool. Lovely sunrise, most appreciated, and yeah, I get back to you later. Okay, moment of truth. Is the camera still there? I can see it. It's pretty well hidden. I'm also checking for traces of the badger, as there's very fine sand here. I cannot make out any traces so far. I will check in detail in a moment and then continue. But anyhow, the camera is still here, so that's good. Not sure if it captured anything. The location I placed it is more for small animal, so it would have had to pass directly in front of the camera or over here, this area, in order to be captured. So we're gonna see that, and I'm gonna check where the badger traces start. Possibly this was not the ideal location for it, but we will see that later on. Okay folks, while we are driving to the location of the second TRAILCAM, a brief update on the first one. It did record, but it only took one video, and when I arrived there the batteries were apparently completely depleted because it did not react to any flickering of the switches. It took a bit until I was back here in the car. Then it turned back on and it showed me that it captured just some dude in camo hunting clothing, which was myself. So nothing interesting on there, but I certainly will keep the location in mind. And now we are heading over to the next location, roads here are a bit bumpy, so I hope that you still hear me fine. And yeah, I'm gonna do a bit of a driving video now so that you can see how bad the roads are out here, and then I'll get back to you when we arrive at the second track. And as you can tell by the grass and the ice growing on it, temperatures have been below freezing tonight, so that explains why it was feeling quite chilly to me when I was outside. But that's pretty to see, and sun is coming up now, getting warm rather quick. Okay, location of the second TRAILCAM. To be a bit careful with the holes in the ground here. One issue I can see is that it got some water on the lands. But let's see if this still says something or not. I'm gonna open it up and just flick it over to the mode where it should be showing the pictures. And that worked, that's a good sign. Memory is initializing, and it has captured perfectly nothing, I guess. Oh, it did capture something. At least 15 images. Oh, that's myself. Interesting. Oh, that's myself as well. That I don't know. Okay, fine. We will have to check that out later on. Now it's time to unmount it, get back to the car, flip the memory card into the computer, and check it out there. So, bear with me. So, as you can see, we only got one picture of a deer on the track camera, which is a bit of a shame, but mostly due to the fact that the batteries were not the best anymore. Anyhow, I'm quite happy with the result, and it's better than not seeing anything at all. The overall activity was a lot of fun, and I appreciated the time outside. So, if you appreciate such activities as much as I do, you can support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.